After the last episode, someone came to me and said, "That's it. I'm done. Delete all my accounts. All of them. I don't want a digital presence anymore." And I understood the impulse. I really did. Because if you sat through episode 2 with me, if you heard what these privacy policies actually say, when you read them all the way down, the natural human reaction is, "Get me out." So, what I want to be honest with you, the way that I was honest with them, you can delete every account you ever made, every profile, every photo, every login, and you still have a digital footprint. It would still be out there. Someone still could find you. Because the thing is, you're trying to delete most of it was never yours to delete in the first place.
Where we are going, where we are flowing, here to nowhere.
So, welcome back to Not on Zzyzx Road, the place where we go down the road of the things that are unknown, or some things are known, but we may have missed them and not noticed them before.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
So, let's slow down and separate two words that people use like they mean the exact same thing, but they don't. Your digital presence. Your digital presence is what you put out there. It's the account you open, the profile you fill in, the posts, the photos, the reviews, the comments. Presence is a decision. You did that. And because you did it, you can undo it mostly. Your digital footprint is the record other people keep about you. Like footprints in the sand. It's not what you said, it's what was recorded. It's the transaction, the form, the claim, the scan, the loyalty card, the license plate, the address you gave once 6 years ago to a company that no longer exists. Presence is voluntary. Footprint never asked. So when someone tells me I'm deleting everything, what they're really saying is I am withdrawing from my presence. I am leaving. I am out of here. I'm getting away from all of this. I'm out. I don't want to play anymore. That's a real thing. It has real value. It shrink what gets collected about you going forward, but it does not touch what's already held. And it doesn't touch the part of your footprint that was never about your accounts at all. Here's the part that surprises people. You do not have to ever touch a computer to have a digital footprint. Not once. Not ever. Think about a baby. A child is born. Before that baby leaves the hospital, that baby has a record, a birth record, an insurance claim, a medical chart, a social security number. That child has never opened an app. That child cannot hold up its own head, right? And it already exists in databases. Now, walk that forward through an ordinary life, not an online life, an ordinary one. You rent an apartment, there's a credit check and a tenant screening report. You buy a house, that's a public property record with your name on it. You get a driver's license, you register it to vote. You fill in a prescription. You use a pharmacy discount card. It's more than those loan receipts. You use a grocery loyalty card because you want 80 cents off the eggs. You give your phone number at the checkout counter because they asked you and you didn't want to be rude. And a friend you love who means you no harm, lets an app upload their contacts, your name and number, and go with it. Not saying any names of those apps online. We'll talk about that later. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything at all. You don't have to be online. The company holding your information is online, and that's more than enough. So now let's talk about what happens to all that information you didn't hand over. It sits behind someone else's firewall, a company you did business with once, a vendor a company hired, a vendor that a vendor hired, and you have no visibility to any of it. You don't know their security posture. You don't know their retention schedule. You don't know who they sold it to. And here's the thing, I need you to really hear, breaches are not a rare event. They are not a lightning strike. They happen daily. Every single day, somewhere, a system gives away a set of records that walks out of the door. It's so routine that most of them don't make the news. You find out in a letter months later that offers you a year of credit and modeling, like it settles it. And when those records walk out, they don't evaporate. They go up for sale. They land on the dark web. And yes, I try to make dark web sound dark because, well, a lot of nefarious stuff goes on there. They end up on the dark web, bundled and priced and searchable. And at that moment, you have a digital footprint you did not create, you cannot see, you cannot recall. And I want you to make a comparison here because I keep coming back to it. In healthcare, when a covered entity hands your data to a vendor, there is a document that has to exist. It's called a business associate agreement. I think we talked about that first episode, right? That agreement obligates a vendor. It says what they can and can't do with your data. It safeguards, or what it safeguards they have to keep it. What happens when there is a breach, and what they owe you when there is one. It's not perfect. Healthcare breaches happen constantly, but the obligation is written down and it follows the data. Now, compare that to the consumer world. You click, I agree. Your data goes to partners, affiliates, and service providers. You will never be told the names of. There is no BAA. There's no chain of obligation that follows your data downstream. There is a policy that says they may share it, and that policy can change, and you consented to that too. That's not a gap in the system. That is the system. Now, everything I just described was an accident. A breach is a failure. Somebody didn't mean to make it happen. There's an entire industry where it isn't an accident, where it is the business model. Data brokers, companies you've never heard of, never contacted, never agreed to. The entire product is you. They buy from retailers, apps, public records, loyalty programs, warranty cards. They assemble it. They score you. They sell it to advertisers, to insurers, to employers, to landlords, to whoever it pays. You have no relationship with them. You never opted in. And in Most of this country, there is no law that requires them to ask you first. But here's the thing I really want you to walk away with. Take any one of these pieces on its own, and it looks harmless. Your name is not a secret. Your birthday's on a card on your desk. The street your street shows up on the property record. Your employer is on your professional profile. Your gym is on your credit card statement. Your dog's name is what you use for half of your security question. Every one of those by itself is nothing. You would tell a stranger any one of them. But someone who knows how to pull them together doesn't get a fact about you. They get they get you. Enough to reset a password, enough to answer security question, enough to call your bank and sound like they belong there. This is what aggregation means. And that is the why. I have nothing to hide misses the entire point entirely. It was never about the thing you were hiding. It was about the things you weren't. So let's go back to the person who told me that they were going to delete their accounts. What do I actually tell them? First, deleting is not useless. It's just misunderstood. Closing accounts reduces what gets collected about you going forward. That's real. It just doesn't reach backwards. It doesn't reach the data you never handed over. Here's what actually moves the needle. I want to be straight with you about what the size of each one. Freeze your credit. All three bureaus, it's free. It's the the single highest point of value on this list. It does not affect your existing accounts. Opt out of data brokers. This works. It's a grind. It's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. There are dozens of them. Most make you do it at one time. You will have to do it again and again and again because your information repopulates. It's resold. Assume the breach already happened because it probably has. Act like it. Unique passwords, a password manager, multi-factor on anything financial. Don't make it easy for you to log in because you make it easy for someone else to log in. Stop feeding ordinary channels. The loyalty card, the phone number at the checkout, the warranty registration. Small, but it's a part you actually control. And now the part I am not going to lie to you about. Look at that list. Every single item on it is work I'm asking you to do. Freezing, opting out, monitoring, re-opting in, re-opting out. Sorry, don't re-opt in. The burden sits entirely on you. The person in this arrangement who never agreed to any of it, again, you got nothing out of it. What, 50 cents? The companies collect, the brokers sell, and you get a form to fill out. So, to the person who told me that they were going to delete everything, and to everyone who's been asking me the same thing since episode 2, here's where I land. You can withdraw your presence, and you should if that's what you want, but understand what it does and what it doesn't. You can go on completely dark and still be found because your footprint was never really yours. It was theirs. and it's about you. You're the product. Invisibility is never on the table. It isn't the goal. And anybody selling it to you is selling you something. The goal is control, knowing what is held by whom and how long, and being able to say no. And that, not privacy, not deletion, not disappearing, that is the one thing we do not have. Well, I mean, this is not on Zzyzx Road, and I will see you next time.
There's nothing here, there's nothing there.